Ms. Lawrence, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I want to say, as a member of Congress representing a part of Michigan, this is very personal. It's a sad day for me. Governor Snyder, you have stated that state officials did not tell you about these problems. As a matter of fact, in your statement, you swore an oath. You said it wasn't until October that you were aware of the problems. But, Governor, despite the huge number of stories that were reported far and wide, let me show you some of those headlines. On June 2nd, 2014, only months after switching to the Flint water, NBC 25 stated, Flint residents avoiding the tap drinking bottled water instead. On June 30th, 2014, NBC 25 read the headline story, sewage released into the Flint River due to pump failure. It continues. In a little over a month, Detroit Metro Times ran Flint residents concerned over discolored water. And it continues. On September 7, 2014, Michigan Live ran Flint expands boil water advisory after more positive tests for total bacteria. And then it continues. On January the 2nd, 2015, Michigan Live reported city warns of potential health risks after Flint water tests revealed too much bacteria. It continues. March 2015, the Detroit News said, Flint Council votes for Detroit water. Mayor and EM are opposed. Did any of these reports and stories ever get reported to you? Did you ever observe them? Because according to your statement under oath, it was not until October that you became aware.
There's a difference in terms of what I became aware of. I was aware of water problems, and I was involved in having discussions to address those in terms of the resources we had currently available to us. In terms of going back to your list, the color and odor of this water was not good. And you don't want to see people drink that if you can help that. But we didn't have all the resources we needed to do then, and they were working on these issues. In terms of E. coli, in terms of other issues, we would continually go through in terms of my administration and actually ask the experts.
I want to add another article, the National Journal, which I hold up here.
Yep.
It says, Michigan Governor Snyder conceded Monday that his administration handling of the Flint water crisis is a stain on his legacy. And I quote, I'm not sure of the specific dates in terms of saying there is any lead in the water sometime during 2015. Again, they presented some of the information about having to do with a second set of tests. Governor Snyder, we all know that when we are elected to an office, we take an oath. And we are empowered by the electorate to hire staff. Do you have regular staff meetings with those who report to you?
I have regular discussions and I get briefings from staff meet.
During these briefings, are you saying that the people you entrusted and you pay a salary with the taxpayers' money, that they fail to inform you of a health crisis in your state?
I will actually share the document with you, Congresswoman. This is my briefing of September 28, 15. This was
before that time.
This is the
all
briefing.
The time these headlines are going.
This briefing is still saying
you did not have any member. When you have Mr. Muchmore, who is your chief of staff, sir, this is dated July 22nd, telling other members of your circle, sir, that I really don't think people are getting the benefit of the doubt. Now they are concerned, and rightfully so, about the lead studies. Sir, this was January the 22nd. The 22nd, and you're saying under oath that it wasn't until October. It was not until October. Governor, you're my governor. This could have been my city. And Governor, for the life of me, I cannot understand that you as a governor who led on the premise of operating as a business, you weren't going to operate as as a government, that you met with your staff and they refused to bring you up to date, refused to bring you in, or you refused to engage. This is a sad day in this country, and I'm just sad about this, Governor. I'm very sad about this. And accountability for those that you held accountable. You said you fired or they resigned. What does accountability look like for you?
Gentlewoman's time has expired, but the governor may answer.
Congresswoman, this is a sad event.
It's
This
so sad.
is a tragedy that never should have happened. And I understand why the people of Flint, they should be angry. In terms of looking at this, I kick myself every day asking what more questions could I ask, what we could have done. We had a lot of discussions about water during that entire period, in line with the headlines you said. But as we go back to the experts over and over again, we were told the water was safe. That was wrong. And it wasn't just one department. As it continued on, we got information not only from the DEQ, but the Department of Health and Human Services that they didn't see elevated levels in blood. That was wrong. Dr. Mona spoke up. So we had cases where it took outside experts. That's tragic. We failed at doing what should have happened in terms of career bureaucrats that were experts, quote-unquote experts, that, to be open with you, I get so mad that I never should have believed them. And it ultimately came down to finally saying, after those reports came out in September from Dr. Mona Atisha Hanna, and from Professor Edwards, I said, we have to have a call. That call was on September 28th. I'm happy to have this in the record. It's tragic to have it in the record. Is to say, here's my briefing from the night before, and it's information from both those departments dismissing people, not talking about the real issue. And when we got on that call, no, that was enough. But it was later than it should have been. I wish it would have been far earlier. So the issue was, I took immediate action. DEQ started talking about there could really be a lead problem. We had to confirm the data on the blood level test. They came back and said, Dr. Mona's work was correct. And then we ramped into action in terms of filters, opportunities to do things, and that still wasn't enough. Every day I get up,
There
I say
is
what
a
we can
culture.
do. And
The gentlewoman will suspend. The gentlewoman will suspend.